Praise God. So my name is CNC, and the piece is titled Satan. I hope this piece on Satan blesses you. Satan has strength. Satan has might. Satan is the only being that has had a face-off with my God. Trust me, he is tough. In the words of Dr. D.K. Olukoya, you can call Satan anything, but do not call him a fool. Because even the three wise men were too foolish to see that the one thing Satan wanted to do was to zeal the life of baby Jesus. According to the book of Ezekiel, Satan was full of wisdom. He was perfect in beauty. He had been in God's garden of Eden even before Eve and Adam. Every precious stone was his covering. He was Lucifer. He was the light bearer. Satan was called the light bearer because God himself is light. So technically, Satan bore God. Wow. The Bible calls God a shepherd that dwells in the midst of the cherubims. So Satan was once chairman and chief of the cherubims. With his wings spread across infinity, he covered our most high God who sat upon the throne, and he absorbed emissions and radiations of energy with a wide spectrum of glory. He saw the face of Elohim and he lived. He was the anointed cherub that ministered in the Zionic mountain of our God, and for most angels, it was your God itself. But one day, iniquity was found in him. His brightness and beauty became the elevator that lifted up his heart to floors above the will of God. He became flawed when a hellish desire grew in his heart to become as high as the Most High. That was the height that our heavenly Creator could take. So he cast down this hellish creation. And today, Satan sits as the God of this world and causes men to rebel against God. He is the deadly dragon that breathes fire upon men and causes them to burn with lust and immorality. He is the ancient serpent that tricked our first parents millions of years ago with the instruments of deception. He orchestrated the fall of man. He cut our strings, took us out of tune, and broke the cord we had with God. He stings with a poisonous venom that makes you sick and tired of serving God. He is the bitter water that quenches the fire of ministers. I am sure that his CV will be full of churches he made vain and Christians he made vulnerable, like Ananias and Sapphira. He made them lie to the Holy Ghost, they died. Like Judas, he made him betray Jesus, he died. Like Demas, he made him forsake Paul, he lost destiny. And that same Satan is banging at the door of your heart, making you deaf to the sound of Jesus' gentle knock. It's up to you now. Who will you open for? Satan is the sole manufacturer and creator of the commodity called sin. But it's unfortunate that we increased his riches in darkness when we bought his product and we consumed it from generation to generation until sin became a nature and starts deep in our souls. Sin is a dark life inspired by Satan and woven into the very core of our beings, and the only thing we gain from it is the continuous wages of death. In fact, it's as if we have become so one with sin that the very CO2 we exhale damages the planet 3 in which we live. It's like we are globally warming the earth so we can have a foretaste of hell. So I ask, oh wretched men that we are, who can save us from this mess? But I got bad news for you, because no man can save you. No man can save me. No man can save us. If you have seen in the book of Revelation that there was a cry in heaven for one to open the book of our redemption, but no one was worthy. No angel, no cherub, no seraph, no beast, no being, no elder was found worthy to open this book. Even angel Michael and Gabriel kept calm. Heaven was silent. Heaven was silent, and John wept. For we are left to dine with devil and drink of death. We were doomed. We are doomed. But then there appeared one as unto a lamb that had been slain. He alone was worthy to open the book of our redemption and loose the seals. He is Jesus Christ, the same one who hung on wood for you and bled to death so you can live. He is the head of the church and the image of the invisible God. How unworthy it was for that cross to hold the corpse of the creator of trees. Even the sun up there shut its eyes, for it couldn't bear to see a dead son on the cross. And the earth quaked with fear, but she couldn't receive the corpse of our very own Creator. But trust me, these things didn't just happen by chance. Jesus actually chose to die for wretched, sinful souls like yours and mine. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. God must have been drunk with the wine of love until today He's still intoxicated. Because Jesus' love, it is just too much. For an undeserving me, this love is excess. But Jesus did not just die. He also went down to hell, and He got the keys of death and hell. I mean, He was away from heaven when He went down to Satan's home stadium, and yet He won the match. He was so fly, even Satan couldn't hold Him down. And on the third day, He rose as the King of Kings with a name above every name that is named. He destroyed the works of Satan. He blotted out the jaga handwritings of darkness that was against us, which were contrary to us, and He nailed them to the cross. He spoiled principalities and powers and made an open show of them. And trust me, you and I, we are the audience of that show, because we are looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. Jesus killed that show by His performance on the cross. And because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, He has given us power to trample upon serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt us. The greatest manifestation of the power of God is in the salvation of a man. So if you can hear me now, right now, and you're still trapped in the web of sin, drowning in the curses inherited from your fathers, chained to addictions like a slave, or backsliding like a dog, you need to stop fighting. Let your guard down and allow Christ to win you and bring you to God, for He is the only way. He is the high priest that sits at the right hand of God and then uses His blood to atone for our cause. He is desperately desiring to bring many sons into glory, so He has stretched out His hands to you. Please take those hands that were pierced, because He's ever ready to mend your broken feet, take you from that spiritual clutches so you can walk again. He is ever ready to deliver you from those demons that haunt you when you close your eyes and the darkness you see when you open them. He is the fountain that your soul needs to drink from so it can be free from sin, death, grave, and hell. He is the fire that must burn you so you can be free from the fires of hell. See, when God revives you, like Paul and Silas, the chains break and your freedom come. For who the Son sets free, He is free indeed.